I'm going to share a story, and Tiana's going to practice active listening. So I actually think, if it's okay, I might face you. It was 9:28 a.m. when I held my mother's hand as she took her last breath. It's Mother's Day Eve, 2016, and I'd been home for 3 months. She'd been on hospice for those 3 months after a 14-year battle with cancer. I was 28 years old at the time, and it was the first time that I had to reckon with life and death in front of me. My mom was more than a mom. She was my best friend. And I still remember a moment in the hospital before we knew that hospice was even a word that would enter our vocabulary, where she turned to me and said, "Jennifer, I need you to talk to me, not as a daughter, but as a minister." It'd been 3 years since I'd been ordained as clergy in the African Methodist Episcopal Church, and my heart stopped because all I wanted to be in that moment was a daughter. And she told me and asked me, "Can you talk to me about forgiveness?" Of course, my natural instinct was, "Who do you need to forgive, Mama?" And the person she named was not the person I was expecting. And suddenly, I had to step out of myself. I had to sacrifice that role of grieving daughter to show up for her as minister. And so we went to the biblical text. We started reading together about forgiveness. And more than anything, I listened. I listened to her share stories that I'd never heard before. I listened to stories of her pain. And in that moment, I realized that that conversation would be one of the most important things I'd ever done and ever will do. I picked up and left my life in Nashville to move home for 3 months. 6 months before I was getting married, and realized that my mom wasn't going to be there at my wedding. And though many people viewed it as a sacrifice, picking up my life, it was the best thing that I've ever done. And I miss my mom every day, every single day. So, thanks for listening to my story. Yeah.